So let's take a look at the map method. So the definition of map from the Mozilla Developer Network is map is a method that creates a new array populated with the results of calling a provided function on every element in the calling array. So the main difference between map and for each is that for each doesn't return anything, but map returns something. Map returns a duplication of the array. As we can see from the goal right here, the goal is creates a new array by looping through the provided array. So what does this really mean? This means that as map traverses through the array and we run that the provided function or the provided execution for each element in that array, whatever gets returned gets added to that new that new array. So let's go ahead and create an example right here. So we're just going to do the let's array equals just an array of numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Now let's go ahead and do array.map, and only needs one parameter for now. And what we're going to do is we are going to, I can't really log to the console, so what I'm going to do is, return number. So let's go ahead and return the number, and let's actually put this inside of a variable. So we're going to call it, const nums, and then we're going to log this to the console. So as you can see, all we did was return the current value in each index of the array. So what if I wanted to just go ahead and add 1 to each value, then hey, look, 2, 3, 4, 5. The great thing about map is that it doesn't mutate the original array, and you're creating a copy, so you can map through the array, return whatever you want, and create a duplicate with the create a new array. So that's cool. Now let's get into the parameters. So the parameters of array map. So the main one is the callback function, and then inside that and for the parameters of that callback function, it's going to be, so the first one is current value. So current value is the current value being processed in the array. So as the map loops, this current value is going to change. First time it's going to be the first index in the array, after that the second, so on and so forth. And then these two over here are optional. So this one is index. So if I go ahead and add index right here, I'll just shorten it I. And what can I do here? I don't think this will work out, but let's try it out. No, of course it's not going to work. So if I go ahead and console log I right here, you see the index of the elements in each iteration. And the last one is array, which is the array that map was called on. So in this case, if I added array, then it would just show it's just basically the array that you called map on. So there's that. Now what I want to do is I want to show you how map actually works under the hood. And just like I mentioned in the for each video, if you haven't seen that, again, I have it in the info card above. What it does is it uses a basic for loop. So let me go ahead. So it uses a basic, just like for each, it uses a basic for loop, but the difference is map creates a new array. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that right now. So let's create a variable called, new array, and make that just like an empty array. And in here, down here, let us do a for loop. So for let I equals 0. Let's just make that var. Every time I is less than array.length, I plus plus, right? So basically what this is going to do is it's going to loop for the length of this array, and every iteration you can do whatever you want, just like, you know, with map. So in here, what we're going to want to do is, what did I do down here? So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to target this array right here, and we're going to want to put whatever we want or append in elements to the end of that array in each iteration. So how we're going to do that is we are going to target new array and then have the brackets. And you know how normally, like, if you want to target like an index of an array, you would do like 1, 2, 3 or something like that. Or in this this loop right here, what we're going to do is we want to append this to like the end of the array. So what we're going to do is we're going to do new, or is it new array.length, or no, array.length. So for the yeah, so the length of this array is always going to be 4. So it's going to keep appending that new elements. It's going to append the new element to the end of the array each iteration. And then we're going to equal that to whatever we want to do. So if we want to, I don't know, add high, we could do that. So if I go ahead and save that in console.log new array, it's going to do that. That's not good. So I actually messed up. It's just error on my part. I'm dumb. Yeah, so to recap, new array for the current index that we're on right now in this for loop, it's going to insert whatever we want in here. So in this case, it's going to be the first index, or it's going to be the index for wherever we're at in that loop sequence. So for the first one, it's going to be 1, 1 plus 1 is 2, and then for the second one, it's going to be 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, so on and so forth. And yeah, our new when we log our new array to the console, then what we're going to see is this array of numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. Original one was 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So I want to demonstrate like a practical use of map, and I'd say a good use case is if you have like an array of objects and you only want one specific property from that object. Let's go ahead and create an array called, let's create a characters array. Equals true, and then I don't know, let's just do like 3. So name, so for the first one, name, let's make it Spike Spiegel. I probably misspelled that name. So let's say we had an array of objects, and each object has a name and an age, and you just wanted the name from each elements or each object in that array. But you do not want to mutate the original array. You just want a copy of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to do, let's actually put this in a variable. So const character names. And we're going to do characters.map. And then for each character, yeah, that's right. Return, so for each character, for each character, what we want is the name. So we're gonna turn char.name, and then down here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna char names. Cool. So let me just go ahead and bring this out a little bit. Cool. So to recap what we just did, we have an array of characters, or we have an array of objects. Each object is a character with a name and an age, and we just wanted to get the character names, but at the same time, we didn't want to mutate the original array. So what we did was characters. We map through the characters array, and for each character, we just took the name. And all of this is in its own array inside this variable, and then I just log this to the console right here to show you. So there you go. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up or subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one.